Hey, there we go. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi guys, good morning. It's
Good
Kat.
morning. Good morning. Get on out of that waiting room, folks. Climb on into the elevator. It's time to go all the way up to the 10th floor. And I'm going to hold the doors open first for Kelly. Kelly, come on in. Hey, Kelly. Just before I hit the button, Kelly says, Matt and Mama Cat are talking to themselves again. And it's true. And it's true. So we chit chat, we hit the Zoom and we just start talking like mother and son, as we always do. And then, we start getting into the show and I jot down a couple of notes and then I realize that it's almost 11:15 and I'm like, oh crap, we need to hit this button right now. And that's pretty much what happens every single week.
Every single week, it's true.
Because, we're catching up. And I'm hearing about basketball.
The 10th floor really, really, really loads the elevator at 11:15.
Yeah, we all know that. I mean, anybody who knows, anybody actually who knows me.
Sorry.
Anybody who knows me and the career that I've had when it comes to entertainment and broadcasting, high school, through wrestling, through podcasting, it always starts 15 minutes after showtime. Every time. Every time. We're running on all pro wrestling time here.
Gosh, actually, they were way worse than that. I was at a show a couple of times where they were like an hour late.
Yeah. Well, hey, the post production afterward though, and the YouTube shows that were created from all of that work that went into it before we got started, even though it bled into showtime.
Yeah.
I think it was really worth it, especially for the time. It would if All Pro Wrestling was running today, with Roland at the top and Paul doing it and Shane doing the sound and the roster that we had back then. And if it was 2025 with the access of streaming and YouTube and apps and fight networks and high definition and easy ways to cut these and AI support and all that crap, oh my God.
It would have been so different,
The
huh?
sky would have been the limit for that production.
No, I haven't thought about that, your wrestling career in that way, but you're right. If you had today,
I did wrestling at the absolute wrong time. I did it in the wrong decades. If I did it in the 70s and 80s, I would have been a superstar. And if I did it now, in like my prime, with the resources and the brain power and the knowledge and the passion that existed in All Pro Wrestling back then, it would have big time stuff. Big time stuff. Hi everybody.
good morning,
Hey
everybody.
everybody. Hey everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
What a week of General Hospital we had, right?
Absolutely. Let's talk
Oh
about
my
it.
gosh.
Let's talk about General Hospital instead of my wrestling past. Keita, get in here. Carolyn, hi. Jeannie, come on in. Bob says Jason's going to be a quartermain again. I wouldn't put it past that, Bob. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Hey, Chandra.
I would
Chandra's
be
here.
actually.
Udak's here. Hello, Udak. Come on in, Udak. And of course, Kelly. We already said hello to Kelly. Jeannie is with us, and who else? Rochelle. I might have said Rochelle before. I don't know. Hi, Kai1. Hello, Kai1. This is what happens when I wait so long to read these names. And Bob Berry. Hello.
They have to fix the right side elevator. We need to head to make more than one trip now.
All right. Hey, so Kelly's letting us know, and then there was some chat here in the chat, some chatter in the chat, saying that as soon as we hit live, a few people are interrupted by an ad.
Ooh.
So sorry for that, but it's good to know.
Huh.
I guess it's great that we talked about wrestling before anything else.
Yeah. No, then you know what? Even though it was a good time for Matt and I to reflect and talk about that, y'all didn't miss a thing.
Well, I apologize if it interrupted your flow. I don't know. I mean, we're monetized now. I've reduced it down to as little as I possibly can, without turning it off outright.
There you go.
So, we'll get there. Anyway, Ma, what a big show. What a big show. It was a big show this week, as we all knew it was going to be. Elise is here. Hi, Elise.
Good morning, everybody.
That's enough of the names. What you eating? You eating something? You gonna snack?
Actually, I'm eating one of your favorite things. I'm gonna stop eating them.
You got some Mike and eggs?
Irritating. Matthew,
You
one of
do. You do get that. Oh, gosh, and it's the good one, too, the Mega Mix. I am okay. This is great. We're gonna
I'll
jump right
stop being
into it.
my
We gotta focus on being General Hospital podcast and not just chit chatting in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bringing it in. UDAC asking if I am in Terry's office. I am in the office of General Hospital. This is a part of the permaset of GH. For those audio listeners, come on into YouTube for just a minute to take a look at the backgrounds that I've been using. These have been photos that I took on the set tours that we've been on at the GH conventions that we went to. And so I've
Yeah.
been using that to kind of, sell the fantasy. So this is
But
the
like,
office. This is everybody's office. When we went on the tour, this one was, I remember these photos were set up as Austin Gatlin Holt's office for our
yes,
particular tour.
in that particular tour, yes.
Yeah.
But yes, they use that room for all the office. They switch it out, of course, with trinkets and furniture
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. But that room
Mm-hmm.
also that's the room that Drew is laying in right now.
Yes.
Because if they're not using it in an office, they use it. Also use that space as a actual hospital room too.
Right. As the set space for
Drew's
the
right
for the
there.
hospital room. So
Drew's-
yeah, right now Drew's there in his gown.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
this counter here supported Portia while Isaiah was giving it to her. So, well, she's on board for it again, Ma. She's
I
like,
know
remember
she-
what I said a couple of days ago? Well, screw it. I'm ready to throw my whole life into the fan.
I do not get Portia right now.
She's spiraling, right?
She's the character of Portia has taken the place of Nina for my least favorite female character currently. Because my gosh, I mean she's too seasoned to be this dumb over a boy. Come on.
I don't know what she's doing. She's grasping at something. She's grasping for something. And the closest thing is Isaiah. I'm not going to go all the way to and say she's grasping at straws because, then we're getting
And
too...
isn't it interesting, that Jordan, just like with Curtis, Jordan had that first.
It is true that Isaiah and hello, Kelly. Ooh, sorry, you don't hear the tones like I do, but when we get a new subscriber or a donation to the channel, there's this chime that I hear that doesn't
Yeah, I don't
broadcast to
hear
you, and it took me by surprise. Boom, chime. Looking over, Kelly, thank you very much. R.I.P. to Leslie Charleston, and welcome to Erika Slezak, she says, with her donation to the channel. Thank you so much, Kelly, for your continued generosity.
Yeah, so Portia, yeah, she had herself a little tiny manageable fire, and now she kind of turned it into, burning down her life.
Yeah, she's totally burning down her life. I really don't know. I guess this is a character development of Portia. We're starting to have her stories being told through a different lens than we have over the last several years. Kind of like what we had with Drew, like we had kind of a character change for Drew.
Yeah.
And now maybe we're kind of seeing something for Portia, where she's way less together. Maybe we're even reaching toward her being what we could call a polar opposite to Jordan. Jordan has it all together. She's successful in what she does. She sets out intentions and goals and reaches them. She's a powerful woman of today, And maybe Portia is someone that can't hold it together, has classically never been able to hold it together. That's why she was single for so long upon coming to the show. She was single for years before hooking up with Curtis.
The last couple of years, we saw Portia maybe was a little blip, and what she really we're seeing the real Portia now. I don't understand. And you know who's Trina's gonna be mad as all get out about this too, because she's so concerned about her parents' marriage. So concerned about it, and Portia's basically throwing it away.
Oh, totally. There's nothing worth fighting for. This is over. This is done with. I don't even know about the whole pretending to hold it together for the sake of fighting against Drew anymore.
I don't think they're even going to do that.
No. It seems as though Portia's just ready to flush it.
and he decided not to go to the funeral where
Yeah.
Portia and Stella were there, and
It's all right. He
he
didn't
chose
really have connection to Monica.
not really, really, no.
Portia and Stella would because of the hospital.
Absolutely.
Presumably they would have worked together years ago, back when Monica was more active.
Right.
We had that with and Elizabeth too, with that dual connection, hospital connection, and also Jake. And we had those lovely scenes with Jason too. We'll have to get into that later on when we're talking about the funeral
Yes.
itself. I don't want to get into the funeral now because then we're going to lose all sort of cohesion when it comes to the timeline of talking.
I agree. Percent on that.
But yeah, I think it totally makes sense that Curtis would skip out on that. And who knows? Maybe he just went into the back door of the Savoy again and was continuing to look at the books.
You know, his alibi is weak.
It sure is. It was weak enough to call Marshall back home,
Yeah.
which was lovely to see. You know me, I love Hat Daddy.
Yes.
Hey, Laura. Laura's with us. Hey, Laura.
I just love him being on the show. I just love it when he's back on the show.
Totally. Totally.
And
I
of
like it too.
course, what he's just when you talk to him, he's a lovely man, and that makes me love him even
He
more.
really was great. He really was great. It was supreme to meet him and get the photo. Check it out on the Twitter box and on the Blue Sky. I'm sure I shared it there too.
Yep.
Instagram too. I know I shared it on Instagram because I was really trying hard after that because these actors are on Instagram. Not
Yeah.
necessarily Marshall, but the actors are on Instagram. So I made sure to put it up in stories and stuff so possibly they would see it and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know. What you doing, Colin Cassidy? Give us a call. Come hang out with us, huh? Yeah, Wally Kurth.
Yeah. I have an opportunity to see Wally in February, and I might do that.
We're going to force him into knowing who we are.
They plan to be in Sacramento.
You just show up and be like, all right, Wally, all right, I've seen you enough now. We've talked. My son has sent you an Instagram message. I am not leaving your site until you grab your phone, go into your spam folder, and respond to my boy.
Well, last time I saw him, I said, "Come on, Wally, come on the Thames Board." He said, "I will, I
He
will, I
totally,
will."
yeah,
Come on
yeah,
the
they always
show.
say yes. They always say yes.
No, he looked me in the eye and said that, though.
Kelly's going to see Rory later. Rory and Laura.
Oh,
Laura
nice.
Wright, I imagine, over on Zoom later today. Kelly, she does all of those Zooms. She's really plugged into these interviews.
That's cool.
I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
really do. I really do. Oh gosh, we're talking about Portia here. Everybody, talk about Portia in the chat rather than what it is you're talking about, huh? You know, let's get
Well,
on the Portia train.
and another thing, Portia and Curtis both do this, and it irritates me. I think her grandpa's better about it, but they treat Trina sometimes like she's 8 years old. She can't hear this kind of drama in the family.
Right, right. But they're playing it into the story though, because Trina is circling the whole thing, being like, "Listen,
Yeah,
I can drink now, okay? We're sitting here sharing wine, talking about our problems. I think you can clue me in, especially when it's like, circling the wagons time, as she had said to the family.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Plus, remember when she was off on an adventure with Spencer? She was on that boat before it exploded.
she was.
All right?
Look at
She can
look at
handle it.
all. She can handle it. Look how miserable Esme made her for how long? She knows how to
Absolutely.
deal with people.
She almost went to prison.
Yeah.
She knows what it's like. She's got a perspective on this that she could share with Curtis.
Well, her mom probably doesn't want her to know because it's embarrassing when the real truth comes out. My God.
Well, actually, Isaiah and I have been hooking up in my office, and it's not okay. So I hope I get fired soon so I can hook up with him some more, and then it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
And
super weird.
Isaiah, and like you said last week, you were a little disappointed in
I
Isaiah.
am. I am. I am. I'm very disappointed in
Dirty
him.
dog.
I think that we need two Chases. Chase is great. Chase is a champion of good. Chase would never do anything wrong. I think Isaiah should have followed suit. But hey, that's me. What can I say? What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm still ready for the secret of the cabin.
Me too. I want to see something else for Isaiah besides poor choices of Portia.
You know, I mean, it's
For
soapy.
sure.
It's super soapy. It's great to see on my soap opera.
Yeah.
But Isaiah's a man of the world, all right?
No, I think that Curtis and Jordan will wind up back together. I do.
Yeah, I think we're heading that way.
I
I
think
do.
so.
I do. And then when we get back into the Rick story next week.
Oh boy, poor Rick. They have seriously tortured Rick. They certainly have tortured Rick.
In a way that many would agree he deserves.
Well, yeah, it's yeah, that's some karma right there.
Oh
My
gosh,
God.
but basically what's happening to him is something that he would do to somebody.
And he did.
He might not have drugged Carly in the panic room, but he certainly left her locked in there. And it's going to be interesting
He
because
did, and she was
Elizabeth,
pregnant.
Elizabeth ultimately was the one that saved Carly from the panic room. And I feel as though it's going to be Elizabeth that ultimately is going to save Rick from Alexis's basement.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Elizabeth had a knack for finding people. She found Esme up there in the
She sure
flowers in the
did.
attic too.
Absolutely.
Remember when Esme was up there playing flowers
Oh
in the attic?
yeah, yes, I do, I do. Yeah, she did, she did get hooked into that. And then like old Tasha Yar showed up. Remember Tasha Yar? She showed up and she was like, "Oh, Elizabeth," and Elizabeth was like, "Oh, go scamper off, you scamp." I remember that. I remember that really well.
But there's something else going on in the hospital too. We got ourselves a John Doe,
We
right?
got a John Doe who's actually Nathan West.
Yes, and we've already found out. He didn't stay John Doe for very long.
No, no, the
Because his
fingerprints, the DNA,
fingerprints and his DNA
they all
is
agree. This is James Nathan West.
yes. And he woke up and he knows who he is.
He knows who he is. So here's where I think we're at right now when it comes to what's happening with one Mr. James Nathan West. Theory time, everybody. Put on your theory caps. This is what I think happened. I think he was doing something, given the medicine perhaps, into the room of Britta, right? And then he goes and he finds himself in a little car accident. Maybe Pascal even was trying to take him out from a distance. Who knows? I don't.
I think Pascal died over there
He
in
may have,
Croatia. I
but
don't
I
know.
didn't see it.
I didn't either. We didn't see
So
that.
he could very well be alive. So I think that Nathan Dunn hit his head in this car accident that was meant to take him out, perhaps. I don't know. And conveniently for this storyline, he knocked out of his head the last 7 years of memories and can only remember up to the point of being shot.
That's the story he's spinning currently. That's what he's saying, basically. See, he doesn't, he wants to know where Maxie was, and he wanted to know about the baby. He
Yes.
remembers that she was pregnant.
Right, right, right. So I think he knocked the last 7 years of memories out of his head legitimately, and he's not pretending. And then when he remembers, he's going to be horrified and different.
I think so. I think
Remember,
so.
remember, remember, remember that one dude, over on All My Children, Ryan's brother?
Yeah.
Remember how crazy he was?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I want for Nathan.
Oh, I remember
How
him. Yes.
criminally crazy
Oh,
he was. What was his name?
my.
Jonathan or something?
Yes, it was Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a nutcase.
He sure
Ooh, that
was.
was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
And then he had a lobotomy or something and was less crazy. Fell in love with
Yes.
Lily.
He was less crazy after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I think that Nathan should be General Hospital's Jonathan Lavery.
well, I am all for him to act like a Faison.
Gosh, they really are waking up the Faison family, aren't they?
Yes, they're waking
We're
up
almost ready
Faison.
for that brain that was in Ryan's jar or Kevin's jar to be a fake one.
I think it was a big old gummy.
There was
It's a big old gummy fruit.
Nina laid down this line this week that just made, I backed it up a couple of times to listen to her. It was one of those, you know me, I'm a sucker for a moment, and it was one of those moments where she was talking to Anna about Nathan, or the possibility that Nathan was in the room, and then they talked about, well, I mean, we're talking about the children of Cesar Faison here. How sure are we that Faison is dead? Anna's like, I saw he's bringing in a jar. I am 99% sure. And Nina replies, I don't like those odds. And
Exactly. I think Wackadoodle General Hospital is here, and I think Cesar. I think he's coming back.
you think old crazy Doc Brown hair says our face on.
I think Cesar Faison is coming back. I do, and we're gonna need Liesel to battle him.
Oh
She
gosh.
really
Oh
understands
my
him.
goodness. I guess that's why we're
Oh
bringing
my
back all
gosh.
those characters.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
And Jonathan Jackson's sitting over in Tennessee going, gosh darn it. I should have just stayed an extra 4 weeks. If I just hung out another month, I could have been in this plot.
He could have.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. I'm being
And of
mean.
course, and Anna has to be in this plot too, to a certain degree, because he is going to still be obsessed with her. He never stopped being
Oh
obsessed with
yes.
her.
Oh yeah. And come on, folks. Come on. I know. I know. Hi, Miss DJ. I know. Hey, Tracy. I know that not everybody loved Peter. I get it. I get it. But we're going this far. If we get Nathan and Britta and potentially Cesar Faison back as well,
Yeah, it
just
would be
get the
ridiculous not to
Peter.
have a little
How could
Peter
we
in
not
there,
have
huh?
Peter? He is the worst Faison we've seen. In he's like the worst Faison. Folks, I know that Cesar Faison has a lot of history on General Hospital, much of which I haven't seen.
Yes.
But Peter, oh God, Peter August. He brought Dante back to the canvas, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Old bearded Dante came back to go investigate Peter to make sure that he was, actually reformed.
Yeah.
And then Scotty accidentally stabbed that doctor with a little knife. I mean, all those sorts of. I think so, Laura. I think the Faison actor's still around.
I believe he is.
Anyway, so just bring back Peter. Come on, man, I need it. I need it for the
Well, if they're
podcast.
gonna, well, I agree with you, Matt. If they're gonna bring all the rest of them back, you might as well bring him back too.
I mean, there's so much
Right,
time
as
was
well.
spent, with him as the Faison villain. I just like it. I just like the concept. I like the idea, and I want to do the
Well,
voice
I
again.
think it's, I think it's one of those wacky storylines. It's, we're gonna have to believe the unbelievable.
And Bailey's been up to nothing, like Wheezy needs something to do. Wheezy's old enough to
Yeah,
walk and talk now.
she is.
I've been calling Daddy. He left me a phone. Something. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Chandra
And
wants
now
it.
and it seems to me, I mean, I haven't heard really, but it seems to me like Kirsten Storm should be coming back to work with this
She was
season
saying
up.
something. I don't know if it was an interview or just some sort of Instagram Zoom update or what it is that she was doing, but she was talking about feeling better and thinking that she'd be able to come back to work pretty soon.
Well, that'd be great.
It seems as though part of the reason for her moving it might have been for family, to be closer to her ex and her daughter and all of that, right? Daughter, right? She had a daughter with Brandon Barash.
Yeah.
Yeah, to, be closer to the family unit, co-parents, and go get along. And also, it may have also been connected to, we need some fresh air, some legitimate, fresh, healthy air for us outside of the LA smog,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, it's not the same environment at all. It's
You've been
certainly
there.
not.
Lots of
I did.
trees.
Yeah, I
Lots and
was
lots of
just
trees.
there 4 months ago.
Let's see. The guy who does Faison is doing a bunch of horror movies right now. A bunch of low-budget horror movies, says Kaiwan.
Well, he
I
looks
can
like
see
a
that.
crazy dude,
I
so
could totally see that. I could totally see that.
totally see
Yeah,
that too,
but
like
he's.
a mad scientist.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what he was. His Faison was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
a mad
Yeah.
scientist.
Totally well
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah. But didn't you enjoy the scenes with Nina and her little bro Jay?
And it's wild too because really Nathan. It's great because if you were to look at the timeline of the show, no way has it been 7 years, but it's been 7 years. Uh,
Yes.
and Cynthia Watros had never played anything with Nathan. Nathan died with Michelle Stafford still as Nina.
Yes.
So kudos,
Yeah.
kick
Yeah.
butt, kick butt,
I mean, it
totally
would
sold
make
it.
sense to me. It would make sense to me that if you played those scenes with him leaving, it would be so much easier to play those scenes as he arrived because you'd be able to just have a different layer of an emotional something that you could act from. It would seem But yeah, Cynthia, she's the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Good, pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Miss
So good.
DJ wants to see a confrontation between Peter and Nathan when they find out they both had a kid with Maxie.
Yeah.
What are you so mad at me for, brother? It was Maxie's choice. She could have put the baby in a box. But she decided not to. That baby could have been living with Leo
Spoiled.
Stark over in Salem.
Never. I. It's hard to fathom that they are brothers, but they are.
They sure are. They sure are. They sure are. It is hard to fathom. Well, relationship-wise, he's most of a brother to Nina. Because they grew up together as cousin brother siblings.
Yes.
I mean, they always knew they were cousins.
Yes.
But they grew up in the same household together.
They
Oh,
grew up
crazy
in the same
Madeline!
household.
Madeline raised them both.
And Nina is
Hey,
quite a
Tyrone.
bit older than Nathan.
Yeah.
And they talk about that. Like when she was, 12, 13, he was 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
They've talked about that in
Yeah.
the past.
My kid cousin brother. And Nina would be the type to, kick the crap out of a bully. That was giving Nathan some trouble.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was very, very protective. And I imagine she had to be to a certain degree. Even though Madeline was a lot nicer to Nathan than she was to Nina. But I think Nina did a lot of protecting of him as he grew up from that crazy ass mother of theirs.
Yeah, up to the point of the coma. And it's crazy too because Willow's family has just exploded in size recently.
It has.
So that's going to be fun. There's this clip, there's this still, not a clip because it's not moving. There's this still of something that's coming up next week. And Willow, I don't remember who she's talking to, but she just looks out of her gourd like she's having some sort of panic attack over the kids, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Once again, yet again. And it's to somebody. I don't know if it's to Britta or to Liesel or somebody that is connected to Willow. Something like that. But looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Yeah, well, I mean, we're getting back into the regular swing of stories next week.
We are. We are going to get back into the regular swing of stories next week to a certain degree.
Expected development from Drew, who did exactly what it is that I thought he was going to do.
Oh my gosh. Now, he's awful enough. But when he was talking to Martin, which I love me, Michael E. Knight and Cameron Matheson and our scene partners, I absolutely love it. I still want I want there to be more reason for Uncle Martin and Lulu to be together. Because I love that
Hang
pairing
out.
too, Tad and Bate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since Martin has we'll call it a face turn,
Mm-hmm.
even though he set this whole, well, maybe not he, but he's just so ominous about the Quartermains that I feel like he's connected to the whole Erika Slezak situation.
Oh, he might be because he still does not care for Tracy.
No, not at all. Even that's the one common enemy that he and Drew still has. But beyond that,
Cares for
Martin
Tracy.
is very much on the side of the heroes right now.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be long before he sabotages something that Drew is up to on the legal side of things.
Well, he can't believe what comes out of Drew's mouth now. Basically, Drew said, "Well, now that my mom's dead, I can really take off the gloves."
This
Isn't
mom
that
ship,
basically what he
man.
said?
This mom ship that he has with Monica, it's ridiculous to me.
I thought so too. And you know what he said when he said, "That's the only mother I ever knew."
So disrespectful
What?
to Betsy Frank. What the heck?
Exactly.
Just because she
did
let
have a
him
mother.
fall down a flight of stairs and have to go into foster care doesn't mean that she wasn't a mother figure to him.
Well, crazy things happen, but she was his mother.
I mean,
Come on.
yeah, she was his mother for a little. I don't think he lived with them past like 3 or 4 years. He went somewhere else. I don't remember where he went after the Betsy Frank situation. But James Harvey, I remember it very well because this is one of the first storylines I was starting to watch when I started to get back into the show before podcasting time. James Harvey was diddling Franco, and those are not okay. And Franco was worried that he was going to start targeting Drew. And so to protect Drew, he actually shoved Drew down a flight of stairs in order to get him out of the house and assigned with some other place to be.
So he wound up in foster care somewhere else, and it
Mm-hmm.
sounds to me like from him being a Navy SEAL and all that stuff, he probably went the military route very, very early in life.
Probably he could have even went to military school after that.
Exactly.
Hey guys, says Autumn with her donation. Thank you very much, Autumn. Hey guys, you know what's annoying? Drew saying, oh, Michael took everything from me. I'm like, what has Michael taken from you, fool? Aren't you the one who destroyed your nephew's marriage out of jealousy? Yes. Michael has taken nothing from him. Drew has absolutely convinced himself that the Quartermains have done him wrong.
He's a narcissist, for one thing.
Totally. Undoubtedly.
Yes,
Unarguably.
he is. But now he's telling Martin that he's just straight out telling Martin, which maybe this won't sit with Marvin Martin, and he might sabotage something.
Maybe.
He might, because he's basically just said, I'm going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to lie.
Yeah.
I have had a memory.
Mm-hmm. It was Michael.
It was
The only reason I was
Michael.
holding back was to keep Monica from it. And now that she's gone, there's no reason for me to not absolutely obliterate the Quartermains. And it's tough. It's sad. It's a bummer because really, like, from a DNA perspective, he very much is a Quartermain. He's
Yes.
definitely Alan's son.
He's Alan's son. He's Jason's twin.
No question about it. But I guess in the heart of hearts, no Quartermain would ever sleep with their nephew's wife. And even then, they talked. They brought it
Not
up.
on purpose.
They were arguing about it in the Quartermain foyer, in the sitting room, in the sunroom, in the kitchen, as they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about it, and Drew was like, Alan notoriously stepped out on Monica all the time. And they were like, yeah, but never with the nephew. You know.
Well, she was playing. She played tennis with Ned, but she didn't know that was her nephew yet.
They had pseudonyms, and Brooklyn already knew and didn't want to know the details.
Yeah, he was like, la 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 la
La
la.
la 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 la. I knew Monica in a way that nobody else did. Oh! No, not like that.
Yeah, it was dirty fun.
Oh, goodness. Oh, Monique with a donation here, too. Thank you very much, Monique. I don't get Drew. For someone who hates the Quartermains, he sure is going out of his way to become one.
Exactly. Because he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to have sing the song in the foyer at Thanksgiving. Not really.
He did show up pizzas once, though.
He wants the Quartermain name just for the prestige of it, for the privilege of it, and all that.
Yeah. He wants it for the power behind it. Congressman Quartermain.
Exactly.
Yes. Kelly says his Drew is so cold he needs a straitjacket to warm up.
Woo! He is cold. He's terrible.
Well, I guess when it's all said and done, if he is able to destroy
Starfleet Scout's terrible.
poor Scout. Scout's just wrapped up in all of this, and still Danny. I don't think Danny's been served those papers yet. There's still time yet, Danny. There's still time.
Because Jason got home and then immediately Monica died.
Yep, Monica passed away, and then we didn't do that story, and so he just hasn't been served yet, even though he would have been.
Yes,
He would have been served in the church if they found him there.
I tell you, Christ, Drew didn't wheel himself in there with that in his lap.
Mm-hmm.
He missed an opportunity. Well, but the kids weren't there though. That's why he didn't do it.
Oh gosh! Oh goodness gracious!
We're gonna. Shooting Drew in the back
twice
has not set him right.
Oh no! It set him off, is what it's done. It has made things worse. Whoever made that choice, Nina.
Yes.
How dare you do that, Nina? With Ava's help, 2 guns, Nina and Ava side by side like Pulp Fiction.
I think it would be delicious if it turned out there was 2 people.
2 gun people. I'm with it. I'm with Nina and Ava. I'm with Alexis and Ava. I'm with Ava and Ava. Ava dual wielding pistols, just one in each hand. Kaplaka, kaplaka. Now you're
Well,
not going to bother anybody else again, Mr. Kane, are you? And then she leaves.
exactly. Um, well, they didn't really touch on the shooting this week, you
No,
know.
no, 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 no. I mean, it
So
was
I
it
really
was it
don't
was
have any
the
new opinions.
honoring of Leslie Charleston week, the departure and goodbye of Monica, the hello, welcome back to Nathan.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm
Oh my
excited.
gosh. And little Cody, they got Cody was just so good with that baby James. Just so good.
Is
My
my
gosh.
mommy watching down on me? Oh no, James, she's asleep. She's not watching you at all.
And he said his dad's watching him though. And Felicia already knew, yeah, your dad's gonna watch you with his eyes open real soon.
Yep. Oh my gosh, I again like Wagner, Christina Wagner. I know that she's not your favorite actress. I know that the baby talk makes you annoyed. I don't think
But
she
you
can
know,
help it.
she's much better about she's very good about dropping it when she needs to.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and speaking of dropping things, I'm sure that was in the script. Felicia drops the clipboard and
Yeah,
reacts to seeing Nathan in the bed. But she played the moment. Like, it was great. I really liked it.
it was good.
And it was one of those moments you can flash back to.
Uh-huh.
And Christina Wagner knows about moments to flash back to. Okay? When they do the ultimate montage, when it's all said and done and the show's over and they're not producing it anymore, someday down the line, 25, 30 years from now, part of the montage, the goodbye montage, will be not Barbara Jane's heart. You know, that's going to be a
Exactly.
part of it. That's going to be a part of a part of
Absolutely.
the what was
Absolutely.
General Hospital.
I remember watching that storyline. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. It just made me cry and cry and cry and cry right there with him.
And Monica, she was the one that performed the surgery. Part of the
Yes.
flashbacks. Part of the flashbacks. Felicia sharing a card to Monica. She was recovering from breast cancer. Apparently, I missed this. I knew she suffered from breast cancer. I knew this was something that played out. I did not know the level of depiction and the depths of just feeling horrible.
Yes, it was something.
Like
It
you,
was something.
there's a kid. You know how you play a cancer story and somebody's sick and there's drama, like Willow, but they
Right.
played like someone who was being tortured by it, and I think
Yes.
that's rare to a degree for a cancer
I
storyline in
think,
in
you know,
soaps.
and I think whenever, and I've heard people ask Steve Burton this multiple times,
Hmm.
what's your favorite storyline you've ever played? And he has said over and over, Monica's breast cancer.
Wow, wow.
Monica's breast.
Really, really, when it comes down to it, seeing all of the flashbacks and the memories and the stories and the connection that Monica had with so many people that are on the cast.
Hmm.
The width of the width and the depth of the people that they made sure to pay to show up to this.
Hmm.
Uh, plus all of the flashbacks of the decades and the years and the stories, and it was just touching the very tip of what it is that Monica had done over the decades and decades and decades that she was on General Hospital. It really made me feel to a degree like I missed out big time on a lot of what Monica was up to. When
Well,
I was younger, I was not paying it. Monica and Alan were together. I remember Tracy and the Quartermain shenanigans and pressing your ear up, and I remember Reginald's face and all of this stuff from.
well, the latter years of Alan and Monica weren't so, you know, War of the Roses.
No, no, no.
Where the early one it was, and they
Hmm.
cheated on each other
Yeah.
constantly, and they were always trying to undermine each
Hmm.
other. You know, Monica was constantly fighting with Tracy, and she fighting with Alan, and then, but she always had like this super presence at the hospital of being like the best of the best.
Hmm.
Even though she was fighting with Leslie and trying to
But
sleep
there's
with
no denying the
Rick.
skills of these hands.
And she wasn't sleeping with Rick, she was sleeping with Alan. And I this past week I saw a scene of and it, it reminded me of how rotten Susan Moore was.
Ooh, Kaiwan, listen up.
So it was Susan and Lila.
Okay. Oh,
A
don't be mean to
big
Lila.
scene of, yeah, Lila and Susan Moore, and Susan Moore was not being kind to Lila, and everybody was kind to Lila. I mean, Lila was just, how could you not?
Jason
She
took the
was
name
just
Morgan.
so even Susan was even ugly to.
Uh-huh. Oh gosh. Terrible. Terrible, terrible.
And honestly, honestly, when it comes to who messed with their marriage more,
Mm-hmm.
the other woman was Susan,
Yeah.
not Lucy.
Yeah.
Not really,
No, no. Lucy was there
She-
for a minute.
and I thought it was so fitting that she came and visited Tracy and was banging on the door again.
Yes, yes. We
Would
have to
not
talk about
freaking go
deception.
away. She would not go away.
Mm-hmm.
And what does she have on? A doggone red dress.
Of course, of course, of course. Would it be anything else? Oh, well,
Yeah.
Kelly and Jeannie both still feel an emotional, heartfelt connection to the BJ. Gives her heart to Maxie's story. To this day,
Oh, it was,
they still
it was,
they still think about it and feel a little weepy.
just played so well. It was so heartbreaking. My gosh.
It was.
Little BJ, she wasn't even sick. She was in an accident.
I know. Bummer. It's very sad. It's very sad. Just like this week was very sad, but also very heartwarming. Also very heart-filling, Mother.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Geo.
Oh, I love Gio. I love Gio saying to Tracy, she needed to hear it so bad, that he was proud.
Mm-hmm.
Not just accepting, but proud to be her great grandson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it did a lot for Brooklyn to have him at the funeral and being able to look down the pew and see him.
Yeah. And he glanced
And
over to her a couple of times.
yes, he did. And then at the house too, he goes fast. I know he has fewer words with Brooklyn than he does with Dante,
Mm-hmm.
but the words he has with Dante are not, earth shattering right now.
They're cracking a cold one together.
But it's still, you know,
They're broing out like bro dudes, ma.
what I loved the scene of Gio in the sunroom kitchen
Mm-hmm.
with Jason there and telling stories, and that was lovely.
Yes, it was.
And both of his grandparents there.
Yes,
Olivia
yes,
and
just hanging
Ned
out with the
sit-
cues, mama. Hanging out with
and
the
and
cues.
and Ned took the credit for his musical talent. Did you hear that?
Don't tell anybody else this. But it comes from me. I'm looking forward to Jason and Gio going down to City Hall together to change their last names to Quartermain. And I
Well-
think that the first Christmas that Jason Quartermain returns, he should wear a reindeer sweater.
Steve Burton had rather burn his tattoo off. I don't think so.
All right, fine. Spinelli can show up in the reindeer sweater. And the
I
wig.
love that.
And the wig.
Yeah.
And the
I love
wig.
that.
We
Well,
didn't
I don't
hear
know.
the story. I wanted to hear the story, Kelly. I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear the story. We didn't hear the story. I wonder if we'll hear the story. I wonder if the story is going to be like, I have a sister. I have a sister I didn't tell anybody about. Her name is Veronica Bard. Oh,
Well-
no. Mm.
I'm looking forward to all of that. I am. I'm looking forward to all of that. There's going to be a problem with the house because my gosh, they said it over and
It's
over.
always
and
going to be
over
your
again.
house, Monica. Well,
Now, I thought the funeral scenes were done so lovely.
Yes, they
But
were.
my goodness, when Drew wheels his booty in there.
yeah.
And he goes to the front saying
Mm-hmm.
that he's there to honor his mother. And Jason pops up. He's going like he gonna smack somebody sitting in a wheelchair. Come on, Jason, you can't do that.
No, sit down, Jason, and we're going to wheel him on out.
And then Tracy puts her in between, no, and I got this. She wheels him out of there, lickety split. Made him.
Now, do you agree with the Quartermains that this is something that Monica would have delighted in? I had
No,
hesitation too. I had hesitation as well.
no, I don't.
I think given the fact that she called him after the whole scout thing shows that she still had hope that maybe.
She was gonna try to, she was gonna try to mother him and influence him to do the
Mm-hmm.
right thing is what she was gonna try to do. She
Mm-hmm.
was gonna extend the olive branch. She was going to and try.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. Do I think that she believed he deserved that? Yes. But I don't think Monica would have wanted that was somewhat humiliating. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that's what she would have wanted for him.
Not to be
Even though
driven out like
everybody
that.
in the church almost clapped.
Yeah, there was almost a rousing round of applause afterward. There's
Almost.
still that is that's trending out there in soap social media
Now,
of the entire cast leaned backwards with a big smile on their face, like everybody in the funeral was beaming at it, with the exception of Olivia. Olivia actually looked a little horrified.
now, if they wanted to play that scene at the house,
Mm-hmm.
where somehow gets through a foyer and he goes into the living room and everybody's in there,
Yeah.
and Tracy scoots his butt through the foyer, opens the door, and like gets a little kick in the back of the wheelchair.
Yes.
Now everybody laughing and clapping there. That'd have been different.
Yeah. They
I
just
don't know,
they
maybe
kick,
because of the
kick him
house
in the back of the
board. I
wheelchair.
don't know.
I can see it. I can see it. They're in the living room, right? And then the foyer doors open. It's Drew in the wheelchair. They wheel him out. They get him a good start. They give him a good shove. And then we have this one wide shot of the foyer, and then from the left frame to the right frame, you just see Drew in a wheelchair go, soup.
Wouldn't that be funny? That would be
It
that
would
would
be
be
too funny. That
funny.
would be Days of Our Lives funny. I don't know if we're going to do that on
Yeah,
General
it would be
Hospital.
days of our life funny.
Oh gosh, Erica taped 3 full weeks. I believe she said 2 to 3 months. Had a ball being back, says Carolyn. These are clips and snippets from the interview that she did. I think she did it with Soap Digest. That's usually where people do their interviews.
Yeah,
So yeah, so she
they
taped.
usually get them first for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't really know or understand the full timeline of how the show unfolds. We always hear that general 5 weeks of tape to air, but
It kind of does this though.
yeah, because I feel like we were talking to Amanda Setton and Josh Swickard several weeks ago, and it seemed like they had already been a little bit into filming with Erika Slezak at that point. So I don't really
Yes.
know where 3 weeks of her time lines up to when it actually starts airing and
You know,
all of
we
that.
might have we might have seen them right around the time where they were actually filming the funeral.
Potentially. I really, really have no idea because they're so good at being tight-lipped about things,
Yeah, they have to.
especially
Have
at
to.
General Hospital. You're on the best show, I mean, no offense to the other ones out there, but when you're playing for the Yankees, you don't want to stop. Oh, Jason forgot where he was for a moment. Oh, he was in the church.
I yeah,
No, Monique.
I don't know though. I that church sang some beat downs. Do you remember Sonny beating the absolute tar out of Cyrus there?
Yeah, but he got in a lot of trouble for that. Like that was kind of one of those things where Anna was like, "Oh my God, and in a church, Sonny, come on." Not only did you assail this broken down man with a heart condition, but you did it in God's house.
Yeah,
That's extra. That's extra time on
that
a
is
sentence,
extra,
Sonny.
isn't it?
I think that it was absolutely 1000% appropriate that we got nary a scene other than finding out that Monica passed away from Sonny and Carly for the entirety of this quarter main event.
Yes, and
They
they addressed that, and the reason why they stayed away is out of respect.
they did not they yeah the show itself did not try to find a way to make it make sense that Sonny and Carly to not try to put some sort of final bridge or cap on the story of Monica versus them that
Right.
has played out over the decades. They didn't attempt to do anything with that, and I think that was the right choice.
I think it was the right choice too, and I could easily see General Hospital going ahead and slipping Carly in there. Not so much
Yeah.
Sonny, but slipping Carly in there
Hmm.
easily.
Yeah.
But yes, I thought it. I didn't think that there was a need for a Carly Sonny in those scenes.
Yeah, yeah. It was very much a quarter main event.
The best acting I've ever seen from Steve Burton was this week.
That's because he really loved Leslie Charleston.
He did.
He
He
loved her,
really, really
Charleston.
loved her.
He loved
He
her. You
really
can
loved her.
tell. Plus,
Yes.
also they gave Steve Burton the perspective, the lead viewpoint for the audience when it came to the demise and the memorial of Monica.
Yeah.
He discovered her. He had the reactions with Tracy. Tracy gave a lot of perspective, but the audience pretty much stayed with Jason. Got his alone moments. We didn't really get Tracy's alone moments.
We saw, both actually Tracy's scene. It was quicker. It was quick. Where Jason's scene was longer on the staircase, so effective. Where she
Yeah.
just collapses on the staircase and just
And
cries.
sobs. Yeah, it ended one of the
Just
episodes.
buries her head and just cries on the stairs. And then on Friday with Jason standing on the staircase too.
Yeah, leading us into the montage, the final
Yes.
farewell montage. We didn't get the ghostly reunion with Alan in heaven or anything, but that's okay. That's okay. What they did was
Well,
perfect.
I'm not so sure that we won't still.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll play out on Monday. Maybe. I cannot imagine them not walking off Monica.
Maybe we'll do a thing where, like, at the end of the Erika Slezak story, she's gonna get hurt by a pane of glass, and all these little shadowy demons are gonna drag her to hell like in Ghost. And then Monica's gonna stand there in the light, going, "Yeah."
Oh my gosh, Matt.
Why not? Why not?
Anyway,
Let's
I
go
think
there.
I real if it were me, what I would really, really try to get done is I think Sean should be there. Sean Kanan should be
He's
there.
busy on Bold the Beautiful.
And he to walk his mom away. And then the original Emily, the one that was in all the
Oh my
flashbacks.
gosh, you love Amber Tamblyn.
Amber Tamblyn, yes.
She's busy talking to God.
That show was really good too.
They canceled the hell out of that show.
Yeah, that was called Grace, wasn't it?
No, it was called Joan of Arcadia.
One of Arcadia.
Yeah. Jason Ritter was in it, and Joe Mantegna, and Mary Steenburgen.
That was a good show.
It was a good little show. But yeah,
But anyway-
it shed viewers. It was a very popular first season, but the second season only got half the viewers, and so the network was like, cancel this one.
I loved all the stuff with Jason in the house, and I don't see him moving out. I don't think he's going to move out.
Oh no, he's staying in that house, and he's gonna fight Erika Slezak for the deed.
I think so too, and Tracy's going to fight with her too. That's for sure.
Big time.
They mentioned it too many times for there not to be some kind of storyline where the house is trying to be
yeah.
stolen by somebody.
Oh no. I mean, I think that I'm totally right and have been for weeks. The property is going to wind up in Veronica Bard. That's her name, Veronica Bard's hands. And here's the thing, Here's the thing, chat. Jump on in this train with me, all right? We got Monica and Veronica Bard. We got rhyming names.
I think they're twins.
How dare you steal my thunder? we got Monica and Veronica Bard. We got rhyming names. Why do we have rhyming names? When do we have rhyming names? Well, when we're born at the same time.
And you know what?
Monty and
That's,
Ronnie.
now that's not something that new parents of twins actually do very much. But back in the day,
Big time.
the rhyming names
Mm-hmm.
was very commonplace.
Oh yes. So I think we got Monica and Veronica Bard. They are fraternal twin sisters.
Uh-huh.
I think that for some reason, some logical reason that we're all going to agree with when they tell us what it is, Monica has kept this person at a distance. Maybe she's the evil twin. Maybe she did it to protect Ronnie Bard from whatever it is that the Quartermain shenanigans might drag her into. I don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
But she might be the evil twin.
She might be the evil twin. I heard that Erika said that this is a very much a departure from a Vicky Lord. This is not Victoria Lord.
This is not Vicky. This is do not
No.
expect me to be Vicky Lord. Do not expect me to
But
be Mickey.
I think the casting for it is perfect. You know what I mean? She's very believable of a twin of Monica.
Uh-huh.
She has a similar look.
Yeah. That's
A
why
similar
that's
look.
why people were saying they wanted to see her as Monica.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And I heard that, the boss himself called Erica and asked her, come do this.
Yeah, yeah. Remember when we worked together on One Life to Live? We should do that again. Who's Ronnie? Asks Udak. That is my nickname that I just gave to Veronica Bard, who is the character that Erika Slezak is playing. That's pretty much all we know about this lady at this point. Everything else is speculation.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got the same last name as Monica's maiden.
Right.
So that would
Oh,
suggest familiarity.
she's gonna be her sister for sure.
Yeah, plus
She's gonna try to steal the Quartermain fortune.
Monica and Veronica. Come on, folks.
Exactly.
So that's what I think is going on. And yeah, she's going to wind up with the house, which is going to give her, like, she might even wind up with all the shares of EOQ that Monica owns. Like, she could be the sole inheritor of the presumed Bard fortune.
Oh my gosh. But we already know, though, that Erica is having a short stint on General Hospital,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yes.
We know that.
Short stint, but
Okay.
short stint could still be, like somebody in the chat said, it could, the way that it works out could be 2-3 months. And that's plenty of time to tell a detailed story.
It is.
Yeah, and it sounded like she was on that set. Like she said in the interview, this was super fun, but I am so grateful and excited to go back to my real life. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
So it sounded like she was working.
She was working.
So,
Yeah.
So we'll see how much of
And
her we
she
get.
not, and Erica not a spring chicken either.
No, she's not. No, she's not. I saw her. She didn't turn very quickly when Jen Elliott walked in. When Tracy walked into that crypt, it was not a quick turn of the neck.
No.
So yeah. I guess Monica orphanage 70s. Oh, I guess she was kept in the orphanage when Monica was not kept in the different orphanages, I suppose, back in the 70s.
Oh boy,
Probably
oh
earlier
boy.
than the 70s. I mean, that was probably more like the 50s.
So maybe she's gonna have a big chip on her shoulder that how come Monica
maybe.
kind of like Drew does.
Yeah.
Kind of like Drew does,
Maybe she's gonna work with Drew. She's gonna be like,
She might.
you and me are the true Quartermains, the ones on the ounces.
He might.
Monique does not remember Monica ever mentioning she had a sister, and I am guaranteeing you in this moment in time, Monique, at 12:12 p.m. Pacific time here on September 28th, 2025, that the fact that Monica has never mentioned having a sister is going to play right into this plot.
I think so.
And I think there's going to be a legitimate reason, and I think it's going to be because Ronnie ain't up to no good ever.
Yeah, like
I hated my
Monica-
sister.
Yeah,
I got as
maybe-
far away from this B word as I possibly could, she says in her diaries they find.
Oh, and I heard that there's going to be a reading of Monica's will either on Monday or Tuesday.
Well, there we go. That's where we find out that the house belongs to Veronica Bard. And then Drew's going to be like, what about me? What am I getting?
And well, it would seem to me if they were just going to go like bloodline only, the house should go to Michael.
I mean, that's what Tracy was saying.
Yeah.
Tracy was saying, you're the best of us, Michael.
AJ was Monica's actual son, and AJ was a Quartermain.
Yes.
Where Jason is, Hoochie Mama Susan's kid.
He's still Alan's kid, though.
Yes.
But he was had out of wedlock. So if we're going by royal rules, Jason would be the bastard. And I'm not saying it as an insult, but as the classification. He's the bastard son of King Alan and Queen Monica. Queen Monica is not the father of Jason. Therefore, he would not be a successor to the throne. But AJ being the legitimate child between Monica and Alan, and then Michael being the legitimate child of AJ and Carly, even though they were out of wedlock at the time, there's no way to be a bastard then because there's no marriage. Closest thing to the next heir.
And everyone is saying too that Michael was the apple of Monica's eye. Michael was the end all be all when it came from, of course she loved everybody, but Michael seemed to have his own special little corner,
Oh, Monica legally adopted Jason, says Chandra, so he's safe since we aren't a monarchy.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
ho,
true.
ho.
She did. She did. She
Yeah.
did.
So I don't think it's going to wind up with Jason. I do think it's going to wind up with Michael. And I think it's going to wind up with Michael because it makes the most sense for it to wind up with Michael. He's the character that isn't old. No offense to everybody else who has a Quartermain, but you're a little past your prime when it comes to owning the property. Because you're not parenting the next generation of Qs. We're getting close here to aging up ourselves a Wiley. Okay? We are getting close
I
to
think
having
so.
a 15-year-old Wiley. Okay?
I wouldn't be surprised.
If we get a Nell showing up back at some point, we are aging ourselves up a Wiley so he can have some
Ooh, wouldn't
Lucas
that be
drama,
something?
some Nell drama, some Michael drama, all of that drama. Maybe not 15, but you know what I
Well,
mean.
right now they're too busy resurrecting all the Faisans. So,
Oh gosh, that family is so deep now. Okay, so Nathan, Britta, Nina, Liesel. Okay,
mhm.
then that also takes us into well, Cesar, Faison, and Peter, which then brings us to James and Bailey Lou, Wheezy, if you
Mhm.
will.
Yep.
Good God, it's so vast.
There's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them right now.
Did Monica legally adopt Drew? I would say no because he was 50 at the time, and
You never know, though.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
You
know.
know, back when Billy was portraying um
It was a very different Drew, but yeah.
it was a very different kind of Drew,
Hmm.
and he did have um a very lovely relationship with Monica.
And that's the relationship that Cameron Matheson as Drew had referenced to Martin this week. It's like when Oscar died. Somebody in the chat, hey Vita, somebody in the chat earlier said that they wish Cameron Matheson could hear my impression of him. And the best way, folks, that you could do that is if you were to take a link, and you can do this on YouTube. I can't instruct you how. I don't know how because I too have some wisdom to my ears, which prevents me from really knowing how a computer works. Um, but there is a way to get a link of a YouTube show set up to the time you want it to start. It's not zero. It could be 15 minutes in. It could be 14
Mhm.
minutes and 37 seconds. There's a way to do this. You take this link and then you share it on social media to these people. Hey, look at this. And then Cameron Matheson would then be able to see the impression. And he can make a decision as to whether or not he likes it.
That's true.
But hey, guys, gather around. It's me, Drew. We're going to tell some Quartermain stories and bond together. We fight so much in this family. It's time for us to, have some pizza.
Oh my.
Jason is the spare, like Harry is. AJ is William, if we're following British royal analogy.
That's true. That's true.
The heir and the spare. Well,
Yeah.
the spare in the current monarchy lives in Canada, I think, unless he moved to the United States with Meghan Markle. I don't know if he did. I don't follow the royal family.
I don't either.
But I know Meghan Markle did a Netflix special, How to Make a Home with Meghan Markle. Hit that share button.
My brother and I are royalty because we're Catherine and William.
Well, there you go.
We are the
Princess
prince and
Catherine.
princess.
Prince and Princess Catherine and William. I'm just from the Bible. You read my book. It's called Matthew. It's in there. It's a gospel.
It is.
Why wouldn't Jason get the house? Monica loved him the most, says Bob. She did love him the most, didn't she? She was so obvious about that. She loved AJ so much, too. She loved her kids.
He loved her kids so much. You know what Monica was really she was so understanding when it came to Jason. Her love never wavered, even no matter, and he rejected her so many times. And he hurt her so many times. He hurt her heart so many times.
The fact that we have Elizabeth Gordy right now as one of the co-lead writers and the vast amount of General Hospital knowledge that she has, you can't expect a human being to know every beat of every little thing that has ever happened in the lives of these 5,000 characters that have been on this show.
Right.
However, but knowing the big swaths, the big beats, the big emotional plays that have gone story over story, like Jason and Monica, the fact that there was always mother and son behind it all for all of these decades.
It didn't matter. I mean, he rejected her almost every conversation, especially in the first,
Mm-hmm.
15 years
Yeah.
after he bonked his head. He was so rude to her. And he
Mm-hmm.
was, and just like he just wouldn't show up to things and stuff. I mean, though his reaction to Monica's death opposed to when Alan died is very different, being written very differently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was very affected by Alan's death, but not like this.
No.
Not like
No.
this. And, he had some regret a little bit with his dad. Wished he would have given more of a chance because Alan was always reaching out to him too.
Mm-hmm.
And he was always slapping his hand. That's what Jason always did, was slap their hand every time and broke their hearts.
What are you gonna do? Take him back, Jason? They rejected you. You can't be a quarter man. This man was in the middle of it the whole time, Ma. If it wasn't
He
for Sonny,
was
if it
actually.
wasn't for Sonny,
Sonny, yes. Sonny helped Jason a lot back then.
but also
Yeah.
held him back.
But he also, he didn't do nothing to reconciling to Quartermains. Nothing.
As a matter
Stole
of
their
fact, I'm
kid.
gonna make it harder because I'm gonna shoot AJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal your kid too, Michael. Change his license.
I'm gonna raise Michael even though you were pretending to be his dad with Robin. He's gonna
Mhm.
be my son, Jason.
My
Oh
goodness,
boy.
my
Oh
goodness.
goodness. Good thing. Yeah. Good thing he didn't go to the funeral, but Jason did. I think that the lines that they had for Jason, the moments they had him play, the emotional through line that he spoke to us through his soliloquies and quiet moments speaking to Monica herself, really painted exactly what it is that you said. And I really have to give the show credit for really baking that into it and anchoring that into Jason and reminding everybody exactly what it meant to be an ex-Quartermain, so to speak.
Yeah, and they did a great job of, even though she wasn't on camera, she has hardly been on camera in over a year. Hardly. But they were still able to tell us the story that Jason and his mom have really, really reconciled and really,
Mm-hmm.
like, he would go to her room and just sit there and
Mm-hmm.
chat, and
He.
they connected in a way
Mm-hmm.
that they hadn't since before he
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah. I think that it was also really beautiful to a degree as well, because we had 30 years, we'll say. Well, just for the sake of putting a number on it, it could be more or less than that. But for 30 years,
Hmm.
Jason and Monica have repulsion, not like a revulsion, but a repulsion.
Yeah.
To reconnecting up until these most recent years. And all the way up to that point, he was still saying Monica, 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 up
Hmm.
until Leslie Charleson passed away in real life, which was January of this year. So it's been a whole 9 months, folks, since the
Yeah,
actress
it's been a
passed
while.
away. Which Dana Elliott actually said in an interview that she did that it's been a really long let go of Leslie Charleson because of that. Because
Sure.
Monica was still being played as alive, it was very
Yeah.
hard for the people who knew and loved her to actually really truly say goodbye and move on because they constantly referred to the alive character.
I think they probably went through something and mourned her twice.
That's what Jane Elliott said. It was like mourning her twice. There was a really long mourning period up until the character of Monica passed away, and then we had to play all of this.
Hmm. And boy, oh boy, didn't they do a great
They
job
did
of
do a
it.
great job. They did. They did.
Yes.
Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. The show
Yeah,
definitely spent money on clips, says East Coaster. That's good to see. Well, because of all of these non-contracted, non-current characters and actors.
hmm
They had to get permission from Stuart Damon's state. Amber Tamblyn had to give permission for the clips. The producers did a great job. I don't know if permission was necessarily required, but paying the estates and the actor was absolutely required for it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And they had quite a few clips of Stewart.
Because what I mean, I could be wrong too, East Coast. Let me know if there's some details that I don't quite understand when it comes to this. But from my understanding, the show is the one that owns the rights to this footage that the actors had used, and so it's up to the show as to how and when and where and whatever that they want to use this footage that belongs to them. but there must be compensation still for the actors and
Sure.
the writers and the performance and all of that that originally took place in the original broadcast of said story.
And then they had so many good flashbacks with so
Oh my
many
gosh,
different
yes.
people.
Yeah. I loved it. Was how you can't do Monica's life without showing a ton of Alan, right? You can't do that.
Right.
So I love to see it,
Exactly.
and also too, Ma, like just the change in Stuart Damon's look over the years, over the decades, as he aged into what he looked like in the end
Sure.
versus what he looked like as a young leading man in Hollywood. And no offense to like he, I'm trying to frame this as respectfully as possible because I mean it as respectfully as possible. It's English is hard on the fly. He went from the Hollywood leading man Prince Charming to the gentlest looking, softest grandpa figure. You know, I hope that I'm being
Well, I think that's
clear
part of,
with that.
Edward was proud of the fact that Alan was a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
but he never thought that Alan had the Quartermain edge.
Yeah.
He just
Uh-huh. He was a philanderer, but he didn't have it.
right.
He
He
didn't
didn't have
have
what
it.
it takes to be a true human. He
Well,
couldn't
he
be,
was a doctor. He wasn't doing
you know,
ELQ stuff.
he wasn't gonna. All right, so it got, I was gonna use the word cutthroat. It skipped a generation, didn't it?
Yeah. Congressman Cutthroat.
Exactly.
I mean, Alan was a doctor. He wasn't a businessman. He wasn't trying to run ELQ. He was living in the Quartermain house, but ELQ was very Edwards still.
Yeah, but the ELQ was all about Edward still, and he had and Tracy was in and out of ELQ all the
Mm-hmm.
time back in the early
Yeah.
days. Alan never really wanted it. He was busy being a doctor,
A great doctor at that.
and yes, yes,
Great doctor at that. So you know how they have the memorial wall, which by the way, General Hospital, next time you do set tours, just throw that thing up. There's no reason to not throw that thing up. It's not very big. And it looks like it just
we would
hooks
all love
right
to
into
see
the
it.
General Hospital set. Just throw it up. Just throw it up. But the photo wall, all right? We got a giant Edward and Lila, and we got little doctors underneath them. Do you think that there's going to be a point in which we might take the giant and Edward and Lila down and replace it with maybe a giant Alan and Monica?
You would think so, actually. You would think so. There's giant Lila, there's giant Edward, there's giant Dr. Hardy.
Oh, there's three giant ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then everybody else is 8 by 10 underneath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah, we gotta have a Hardy and a Quartermain up there. I mean, Edward and Lila were, but Edward and Lila were doctors. They were benefactors.
right. I think that it should they should swap them out. I do. But at the same time, though, half the fans would go, "What are you doing?" Blah blah
Why are
blah.
you changing things? Daisy reminds us that Edward thought neither Alan or AJ had the Quartermain edge. And you know what, Daisy? They didn't.
No, they
Alan
did.
was a doctor, a philandering doctor who could not control his man unit. And AJ was a drunk. The entire time.
Yes.
He was an a-hole drunk the entire time, with the exception of maybe a tail-end month before Sonny killed him.
Right. Actually, he was on a real redemption story when Sonny killed him.
It wouldn't have
And
lasted.
well, no, because AJ always messed it up. It's true, always messed it up. Even Michael was super coming around when Sonny killed him.
I think the actors have control over the like list and how it's used. Wasn't a big striking point in the strike last year. Yes, but through the lens of AI in future projects, not necessarily control over how the show is being used. Because many actors are like, I did a movie and then they cut the hell out of it and I hated the result. Madam Web is a superhero movie that came out over the last couple of years. And what's her name? Dakota Johnson. She was the lead in it. And she's like, I filmed one movie and a completely different movie was put into theaters and I am pissed.
Oh
But she
wow!
had no control. She couldn't stop it, She filmed
Right.
it, they owned it, they edited it in such a way, and it was not the result of what the original script seemed to have intended.
Right.
So I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get a lawyer in here. Who's an entertainment lawyer? Huh? Joe Pesci? Joe Pesci, you in here? Joe Pesci. Joe
Yeah.
Pesci still around? I think so.
I don't think so.
Goodness. Oh, goodness. I don't know. The producers definitely own the footage and how it's used, but likeness is controlled by the performer. So maybe that goes into like merchandising, like they own the footage, but like, oh, we want to put Amber Tamlin's face on a t-shirt. They might need extra permissions past that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how that
But
might
it's
make sense.
interesting how they use the Amber Tamlin though stuff, and they didn't use the other stuff. They didn't use older Emily.
I think that there's a
I
consensus
forgot
out
her
there.
actress's name.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I mean, exactly. And no offense to, I think her name is Emily something. No, her character's name was Emily. Her name was Amy. I don't remember. Anyway, I think that there's a quiet and silent consensus out there that if we were to think in our mind's eye, the face of Emily, the
Hmm.
first one that you would see is Amber Tamblyn versus the second actress.
I think so too.
The vast majority of people out there, unless they only saw the second Emily,
Right.
which
And
is
that second Emily did a great job. All her stuff with Nicholas was so good.
yeah, and she was on for years and years and years, and she winds up dying, and it
Yes.
was tragedy, it was sad, and Amber Tamblyn was off to big primetime things.
Hmm.
Natalia Livingston, thank you very much, Udak. Amber's Emily was more meaningful in the Monica storylines. The second
Very
Emily
much
was
so.
very much an adult with her life, her relationships, her drama, her stories, her
Right.
career. While we had teenage Emily, which would be very much connected to my mother, Monica.
And see, and Emily lost her biological mother to cancer, and then played the storyline where she was afraid she was going to lose her
Wow.
her adopted mother, Monica, from the same thing.
Gosh, I need to see some clips from this Monica breast cancer story. Like, really, like if there's a super cut out there that somebody's done, I'd be interested in seeing it because,
Is
my
it-
gosh, it seems to have been one of those landmark stories for the show. Like
it-
Stone has HIV, he gets
Yeah.
full blown AIDS, and
Yes.
Monica's breast cancer. Like are these like
And
big
yeah.
old GH real life stories?
And the reason how she got Emily in the first place
Mm-hmm.
is that that she encountered, and I don't remember. I think she was her doctor, part of her doctor,
Mm-hmm.
but she had this very big friendship with Emily's biological mother, and the lady died, and she adopted her child.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there was this one flashback from before. It might have been an anniversary thing. I don't know exactly why, but it was like maybe it could have even been one of the GH specials that was on in prime time during COVID years. I don't remember. But there
Hmm.
was this clip of Alan and Emily, Amber Tamblyn and Emily, sitting at like the Quartermain backyard at one of the picnic tables, talking about how this family is crazy, it's nuts, we don't always get along, but at the end of the day, we're Quartermains. Gosh darn it, and you're one of
Yeah,
them, and you're one
that
of them, little girl.
yes, and that's what Gio learned this week.
He did. He
That's
did.
what Gio learned this week. That oh no, they're not only crazy. They're not only trying to hurt each other, but they actually they love each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he saw a different side of the Quartermains and made him actually kind of want to be one.
Thank you very much, Chandra, for doing the research. She's just shared a playlist in the chat if anybody wants to go revisit some of those Monica years. I'm assuming that's what the link is. She met Paige in a wellness center, says Daisy. Paige must be Emily's bio mama.
Yep.
Oh, good question, Diane. The actress is leaving was awkward timing. I don't understand what that means, Laura. Udak understood my cousin Vinny reference by asking for Joe Pesci to come in as a lawyer. For those who tune in and have eagle ears rather than eagle eyes, that almost everything that comes out of my mouth is a reference to some form of entertainment. Sincerely.
Usually.
Let's see. What will happen to the Quartermains that are still alive, supposedly, but aren't on the show? And Monica's friends that she helped along the way. I think that we spent a lot of time on the current cast. As I think it should be done. Honestly, Tracy, thank you very much
The
for that
only
contribution.
Quartermain that I can think of right now that's not actually on
It's Tracy's
is
son.
Dylan.
Dylan. Funny
Dylan
to
Quartermain.
that. And maybe this could tie into you, Tracy. There was somebody there that probably could have been. Especially since the actor was on social media sharing pictures of him and Jane Elliott from yesteryear, always in hugs, saying, "I think my mom needs one of these." So,
Maybe he's gonna come home.
wouldn't that be fun? Like this whole thing happens, and then Dylan shows up, darkening the hall. Because I retweeted it. I took it down on social media. I retweeted it. I said, "Hey, what does this guy know that we don't?" I gotta figure that
I
out.
think it's perfect. I think Tracy could really use both of her boys right now.
Does it look like I'm in the office chair?
Yeah, it does, kind of.
Oh gosh, that was a reaction to Diane's question about. Oh, gotcha. Diane's question about Nathan and Maxie. 43 are watching. Hey, everybody, hit the like button and then subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't and you're having a great time. Do that. Dylan Sky adopted, and some of the wards are cues.
That's true too. I didn't say it, but I did think of some of the ward, but I don't know which ones are around. I guess Keisha's still around.
I think so.
I don't know.
Didn't AJ have some sort of romance with a ward?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and and Austin's dead, so
But Jimmy Lee ain't. Or is Jimmy Lee dead?
I think Jimmy Lee Holt's supposed to be dead too.
Oh, well, gosh, goodness gracious. Monica didn't like Sky. Will Drew be in the will, Bob wants to know, and I'm going to say yeah.
I think he's going to be in the will, and the will's going to expressly say he doesn't get shit.
If Drew is still pursuing romance with Willow, he gets nothing. If he stopped that nonsense, he'll get something.
Wouldn't that be? Oh, that'd be crazy, huh? That'd be crazy.
Ethan was married to a ward, right? Ethan's not a Quartermain though, right? I don't think Ethan's not.
No, Ethan is a Spencer.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know who Ethan was married to. I miss most of Ethan's stories. Not all of them, but most of them. He was a character that was definitely on when I was not watching regularly, that's for sure.
I really like the character of Ethan.
Yeah. You know who I'm really enjoying though? Like they're warming up for her playing more into storylines. I guess they put her on the back burner for a little while. They did. But I'm enjoying what they've been doing with Trina recently. Because I was sitting there, I was thinking about Trina. I was like, maybe people out there are right. Maybe people out there are like, Trina did all the Spencer stuff, and then after that they were just like, Trina who? Right. Now she's kind of in the center of this thing. She's gonna have to play some defense for Kai.
Yep.
She's trying to make sure that she's included in her parents' drama. She's out there sucking down wine with Marshall or something. I don't remember who she shared scenes with, talking about stuff, being like, "I need to be involved. I'm an adult. Gosh darn it." I like it. I like what they're doing, and as I said before, we can't forget that she was on that boat before it exploded. She walloped somebody with a wrench.
She did.
I think it was Esme that she walloped with a wrench. She's actually had a lot of bad experiences with boats, and this should be
She's had a ton of bad experiences with boats.
right. And actually, it should be like a traumatic thing for her now. Like anytime she needs to get on the launch to go to Cassadine Island, Spoon Island, she should have a little mini freak out. I do not want to be on the water.
I think so too. I think she should have a little anxiety attack.
A little anxiety, and we don't have to worry about the Haunted Star anymore. It is in pieces.
Yeah, you know what? I want the Haunted Star too. I love the Haunted Star set. I thought it was so cool.
Well, maybe they can rebuild it. Or maybe we'll get a really cool Spencer cabin set. Come on. Lulu should have woken up and asked about that thing. She should have been like, oh man, okay, well, where am I going to live? It's okay, I'll just sleep in one of the rooms on my boat, the Haunted Star. That's fine. There's plenty of space on my boat, the Haunted Star.
Yes,
Nobody's using my boat, the Haunted Star, right now. Let me use my boat, the Haunted Star, to go sleep on. And nobody informed her that Victor stole it and blew it up.
No, she didn't even ask, huh?
No, she just bought a house with no money.
I know.
Who really did? Jason, did you buy that house, Jason? I know you like to buy houses for people.
I think Jason did.
Well, Chandra thinks that Trina was a strong character before Spencer, and she hopes that they can make her strong again. I think we're in that direction, Chandra. I think we're warming things up storyline-wise with Trina once more. And I'm a little more on board with Trina Kai Part 2 than I was with Trina Kai Part 1, and I think that was by design.
Yeah.
I think we were supposed to be like, this son of a gun, and then all fall in love with him again.
Yeah, maybe, huh?
I think that was the intent, and I think that after this time too, Jens, I think is how it's pronounced. Let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think he's Jens. I think he's Jens. I could be wrong though. Austin Astrup, who plays Kai, has kind of settled into playing Kai a little bit better now than he had been before. I think he's found a rhythm.
Well, I like Kai, not
football.
You know, Kai, they came all about football, jock. That's all he is. That's all he is. That's all he's. That's his mind is just taken over by football all the time. So, I think that Kai and Trina do have a story coming up because can't forget they were in the house when Drew got shot.
Yeah. Yeah, they were in the house when Drew got shot. His fingerprints are all over that bat. It won't be long before they have to figure that out. He'll be a suspect. There's going to be tension drama. He's going to try to make sure that nobody knows that Trina... And then even Marshall was like, hey, like, whoever she was talking to, I think it was Marshall, was like, you got to stay as far away from this as possible. Was it Jordan? She was talking to Jordan, drinking wine with Jordan. That's who it was. It was with Jordan because she went to go do the sensible adult thing and was like, listen, like all this crap about you is kind of splitting my parents. What's really going on? Oh, I'm sorry. Your parents are nuts. I'm just living my life. Let's drink some wine about it as mature adults. And then she told Trina, you got to stay away from this thing. Otherwise, you're going to become a suspect.
Exactly.
They're going to start thinking about you. So... Yeah. Trina needs to listen to Jordan, says Chandra. Trina's prints are in the house, and her prints are in the system. Oh, it's true.
Yes, they are.
Oh, goodness. They hit the reset button on Trina and Kai, says East Coaster. They had to because no one was responding to the first iteration. Maybe this was a quick change of story. It was effective, if that's the case. So kudos to the show if they did a quick change. I would love to just believe that this was the design the whole time. Where you're like, okay, these two, they're not offensive, but I'm not invested. Oh, that son of a gun. Oh, we knew it. And now we get to see him kind of, I don't know, whatever. I'm on board. That's what I can say. I want Dr. Finn back.
You want Finn to come back?
I want Dr. Finn. I don't necessarily want like Finn and Elizabeth, but I like Dr. Finn. But we got a lot of doctors now. There's not really any room for Finn anymore.
Well, not really. I mean, not really. I mean, they'd have to bring him back and create an arc for him to return. Something we just don't see.
I want TJ to come back with like dreadlocks.
You do?
Yeah, like some sort of like big look change.
Yeah, maybe he's been at like Doctors Without Borders all this time.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just, I've been working on the fourth floor. We never talk about the fourth floor on this show. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh! And maybe that's where Portia needs to go. Doctors Without Borders, like to get herself straight.
Yeah, maybe. maybe. Finn and Violet can come back to support Tracy, says Udak. Well, there you go. Should they just pop in?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hayden's dead, by the way. Hayden's gone. Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. No.
Yeah, Tracy needs a backgammon partner, right?
Does she?
Well, Finn's the only one that doesn't let her cheat.
Maybe Roxy lives at the Quartermains.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Laura doesn't think that there's such thing as too many doctors on General Hospital. So, I don't know. I'm with it. Temporarily. We want to highlight temporarily for Finn and Violet. Not full time. Temporarily. All right, folks. All right, let's land the plane. Set the helicopter down. Let's set the helicopter down on the helicopter pad up here on the roof of the hospital. What's that? What's that door here on the roof? Let's wedge it open. What's up?
I don't know, Matt.
Oh yeah, you're quitting next week.
I'm quitting next week. Yeah. I'm not gonna be on next week, you guys.
Yeah. Either we'll have nothing, or I'll have somebody, or maybe it'll just be me and we'll play video games.
Whatever you want to do, Matt. Just don't get anybody to unsubscribe, please.
Well, I mean, what there was this once upon a time there was this Desperate Housewives video game in the Sims style. Maybe I'll just play the Desperate Housewives video game for everybody.
So yeah, I my grandchildren are coming to spend the night on Saturday night. Sundays, my grandson plays basketball. I haven't been to a game yet because I've been spending time with y'all instead. So I'm going to go to his basketball game next Sunday as well. And the grandkids are spending the night on Saturday. So
Yeah. You just next week, you Dak. Not
just
forever.
next week,
Not
I'm not
forever.
quitting.
Mom's not
I'm
quitting
not
forever.
quitting. No, I'm just going to take October 5th off.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that's it. But we're still coming back today though. We're still back at 1:30. We're gonna talk
At
about Days of Our
1:30.
Lives and Beyond the Gates.
Yep.
Beyond getting ready for another funeral on Beyond the Gates. Beyond goodbye, Doug.
Ooh,
Beyond
talk about all
Doug.
that at 1:30, you guys.
Oh yes. I'm sure we'll talk a lot about Beyond the Gates and a little bit about Days of Our Lives.
Yes.
I am sure.
I'm sure too.
All right, folks. We'll be back at 1:30. Did you know that Mama Cat is a Posh ambassador? Check out Mama Cat's Poshmark store at this link here, says Chandra. Thank you very much, Chandra.
Hey, Chandra.
Grandma time is important, says Lara. And it's true, especially when the youngins are playing basketball.
Oh my goodness, and he's pretty good too. He's really aggressive from what I've heard.
Of course
Yeah.
he is. Of course he
Yeah,
is. I'm
I
surprised that
can't
kid's
wait.
in a scrapper.
I can't wait to see it anyway. That's a, and my Matthew siblings are having a double date together with their spouses,
Weird.
and they're going to the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, which Matthew used to be a tour guide
Was
for
a tour
long
guide.
time ago.
It was.
Anyway, they do a big haunt there. They actually have a haunted house on the property mat,
Oh,
not
neat.
in the house,
Oh,
but
that's cool.
and in one of the outbuildings.
Uh-huh.
So it's more of a scare fest than it used to be when it
Huh.
comes to Winchester House. So they're really looking forward to going.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Winchester Mystery House. My name is Matt, and I'll be your guide today on this 65-minute tour through Mrs. Winchester's beautiful but bizarre 160-room Victorian mansion. But they didn't allow me to do it that way. As much as I wanted to just have it dripping with personality, they're like, you need to sound like a star.
I thought you were great at it. I went on your tour. I thought it was good.
I was really good at it. I just couldn't show up on time for the life of me. That was a big problem for me as a youth. And we still start 15 minutes late and drag on the goodbye today. Nothing has actually improved. That's it, folks. I'm
More
clicking the
life
button now.
changes, the more it stays the same.
We'll see you in an hour to go talk about those other shows. Goodbye.